Hi Aries, thank you so much for joining me. So this is going to be Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for March 9th to March 15th, 2020. I hope you guys are doing great today. Guys, if you watched any of my other videos that I posted yesterday, I did do 5, maybe for your rising sign, your moon sign, or whatever. I did start with the love portion because a lot of people requested it, but I wasn't vibing it. I just wasn't. I don't know. Like just the way, I don't know, the way the readings were rolling out. I like the messages, but my energy felt a little weird. So I'm going to start with the Celtic Cross spread and then go into the love read. The Celtic Cross spread and the love read can be connected, but they don't have to be. In the Celtic Cross, I do pull general messages for relationships, for career, family connections, situations going on with friends, whatever, however you are resonating with it. So your crowning energy from the wisdom of the oracle, we have leg up. Okay, so that's a nice protection message. So let's talk about this for a quick second. This is an interesting energy to get for you guys, Aries, because you guys are the emperors and the leaders of the zodiac. You really are. You're the great initiators. And here, this energy is wanting to ask you if you always insist on doing everything yourself. Do you have little faith that help will come along, or convinced that the burden of whatever's going on in your life is meant to remain on your shoulders? Like your beliefs about going it alone need to be thrown out here, okay? Because they're really not serving you. You really need to open up and let others help you. And even though it might make you feel vulnerable for a minute, you need to admit that you need help in something, right? Something having to do with a career, or something having to do with your home, whatever, however it's resonating with you. But let yourself be vulnerable. This is good because there's some sort of lesson here that needs to be learned. So you have to let someone else assist you. You can't do life all by yourself, right? We do need each other. And once you shift your expectations, you're going to be amazed by how quickly help arrives to give you, the help that's necessary and whatever it is that you're focusing your energy on right now. Yeah. All right. So we do have some stuff going on in the sky. We have March 9th, Mercury turning direct in Aquarius. Woohoo! Guys, this is really good. Just know that on March 9th, there's going to be so much concentrated energy. There always is, as Mercury changes this position, as it goes direct. So just know the energy is going to be a little wonky when it comes to communication. Especially you guys, it's happening in your 11th house of friends and community. So, just try not to engage too heavily with anything having to do with your friend group, your community, anything like that. But once it goes direct, you're going to have blessings in that area, the area of friends, which is really good. Now, also on the 9th, we have the full moon in Virgo, and that's happening in your 6th and your 12th house. So as always with the full moon, something needs to change, be let go of, or be reconsidered. Okay, so here with the 6th and 12th house energies, these things need to be applied, right? The changing, the letting go, or the reconsidering when it comes to your day-to-day routines, your work environment, and or your health. Okay, so, and it has to happen in a way that speaks to your deepest desires and needs. So here, you need to ask some really honest questions here. Are you nursing any sort of negative habits that impact your daily life, right? Or how will you perform on a daily basis in your workplace? How is your mental and your emotional health doing right now? How can you better connect your deepest desires to your everyday life? Figure out what you need to do on a daily basis to bring that to yourself. Because guys, you are the leader, right? So figure out any areas of potential self-sabotage in your life and really focus on working through it, because the energy really does support you doing this. I really like it. And also we have 2 super positive days, guys, March 11th and the 14th. These are great days for imagination, creativity, initiation, good stuff. So on the 11th, we have Sun and Pisces sextiling Jupiter and Capricorn in your 12th and 9th house. Great for imagination and creativity when it comes to structuring a plan for you guys to pay off debt. For others, this is a great energy to work on getting financing to implement a dream or desire you have. So if you're working on some sort of project and you're trying to get some sort of financing, really benefic time for you. And then on the 14th, we have Mars and Capricorn sextile Neptune and Pisces. That's happening in your 10th and your 12th house. So positive initiation and forward movement and implementing a dream career that you have. So what have you guys been dreaming of that you've been hiding from others? Like, this is a big go sign, big go. right? Energetically speaking in the sky for you guys. Now, coming into this time period, coming into the week of the 9th, we have the King of Cups. So this is from your past, the King of Cups in the reverse. So if this has to do with a relationship, you could feel very disconnected from someone. You could feel like you were in a situation that needed some changing, needed transformation, and it wasn't happening, right? Because this is a Libra and Scorpio energy. So Libra is about being fair, right? It's about the scales, also ruled by Venus, so it has to do with the heart space. Venus also has to do with money, so we'll apply it to everything. But it's also, it also has that that energy of change, right? I mean, is there going to be transformation? And in the reverse, this tells me that something is fair and it's not going to change, and you're feeling very disconnected from it emotionally, and compared to how you want to feel. So this could be you feeling this way about somebody else, you vibing that somebody feels this about you, if it has to do with the relationship. This could also have to do with you just not feeling very impassioned about what you're doing right now in your career. You're just not feeling connected. You're not feeling like it's speaking to your heart space and bringing you what you need. And then we have the Princess of Swords as the current situation right now. So the current situation, we always look at these two. All right. So we have the Princess of Swords, which is about truth, but then we have Justice in the reverse, which is about something being very unfair. So the Princess of Swords is an energy of Taurus and Gemini. Okay. So again, Taurus has to do with love, right? Those of you in relationship, but it is also a money planet. And it's also, guys, where our sense and feeling of value that we feel being involved in something. Like, do we feel good about being in this relationship? Do we feel good about being in this job? And it's really looking at these things, being really honest with ourselves about it, And Gemini, being ruled by Mercury, is about communication. So we have the sword energy, which is words, communication, and it's truth. And it's this realization that, something may not be happening in a very fair way, having to do with either your career or in a relationship, because we have the crossing of the Justice reverse. So again, the Justice reverse is a Libra energy. It's about what's fair. It's the scales, what's fair, what's not, in the area having to do with love and or money. So you may feel like the truth of the matter is, regarding a career, as much as you love something, continuing on a path that you're on right now is never going to bring you the money that you need for your life, or the money that you want for your life. For others of you, it could be this realization that no matter how much you really want a relationship, there's just not going to be the support there for you to feel that level of connection, because something very unfair goes on, where there is some sort of unfair energy that surrounds you. Now, for some of you having to do with career, you could be in a space of feeling like you have been kind of given like a bad rap, or you've been, you got like the short end of the stick, where, things don't happen for you like they do for other people in the same industry that you're in. And you're in this space of being like, what gives here? Am I not in the right career, or am I attracting this kind of energy to myself, where I always end up in this space where I have all this fire in my belly and all this ambition, and there always seems to be these energetic blocks up, and you just getting really honest with yourself about it. You just knowing this. And we have the Devil energy in the reverse as the crowning here for this time period, and I like this. This is way more benefic in the reverse. It's the Capricorn energy, right? Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. So no, it's not the easiest energy. But in the reverse, what this does indicate is any area in your life where you're experiencing any sort of imbalance has the opportunity to be pulled out onto the table and looked at and healed. So I always like this energy in the reverse rather than in the upright. And it has to do with addiction and imbalances of all kinds. So if it has to do with, and I did mention that in the astrology before, right? So if it has to do with, maybe you're drinking a little too much, or, something to do with drugs, or irresponsible with money, any sort of addiction, any sort of eating disorder, any sort of egomania, right? Or you might be dealing with that in somebody else. anything having to do with excessive anxiety, fear of abandonment, fear of intimacy, any of that stuff would fall. I have to give all of it, but really an imbalance, okay? But it's going to be coming to light. There's not going to be any hiding it anymore. There's got to be some realization. Where are you also maybe digging your heels into having things done one way and one way only? That's imbalance, and you being pushed to a space of recognizing that, what, maybe, hey, I have to do things differently, because then look, we have a 10 of swords. We have the 10 of swords in reverse as the foundation. So this is telling me is like, this is done one sword at a time over time, like really ended up creating this end of a cycle where you're at right now. So there's definitely admitting of some imbalance and the end of a cycle, there being some sort of injustice recognized, and you feeling this lack of connection to a person or a situation, whether it has to do with a job or a person. Now, right now, you are the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So the Knight of Cups it's an Aquarius and Pisces energy. Aquarius is about doing things different, out of the box. And Pisces is about imagination and dreaming and the things that we feel, think, and desire underneath the surface, right? So it's about tapping into what you really want and being able to do things differently to really fill your heart space, really fill what it is that you desire. But in the reverse, I'm getting that you're just feeling right now that the change is not going to happen in the way that you need it to make your dreams come true. So even though I led in with the astrology saying that you're heavily supported and heavily indicated to go through changes such as what I'm discussing right now, you are feeling in your heart of hearts like, nope, nope, nope. So you just want to make sure that you don't get in your own way from allowing something to happen. Yeah, because then we have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So Aries, you might be very dug into doing something a certain way, having a certain relationship a certain way, doing a job a certain way, focused on doing something that you're not ready to let go of for whatever reason. But the thing is this is an outside energy to you that's impacting you. And this is, in the upright, it's a wish fulfillment. In the reverse, that's not going to happen for you. And I don't mean to sound like in any way negative or anything like that. I just don't. But this is about accepting that whatever it is that you have your heels dug really into, whether it's that person, whether it's that job, whatever it is, it's not going to bring you what you need. And what you want, it's not going to happen for you. And this is really about you needing to get to a point of having to accept it, because you're having a hard time accepting it, is what I'm seeing here. I know a lot of you are like, no way, I'm done with that, or whatever, but I don't know. I mean, the cards tell me that you're closing yourself off because what you really want is not happening. And closing yourself off doesn't always mean that you're okay, Now, in your fear, we have the Hangwoman. The Hangwoman is always about pressing the pause button to do some thinking and, thinking about everything that happened up to this point and really trying to get a lay of the land of what's really going on. Now, the thing is, I do have to say, this is a Neptune energy. So what you are seeing may not be real. Now, this is in your fear position. All right. So it's like you're afraid of allowing yourself to dream. And that's what this tells me. Because the Hangwoman, because it's a Neptune energy, and Neptune has to do with our fantasies and what we feel deep inside and what we deeply desire and what we haven't brought out to the public and what we really want. At the same time, there's a very foggy element to it. It's like looking at something through a dirty window, right? So in the Hangman energy, this is what happens. It's sort of like you're pressing the pause button and you're thinking about what you really want, what you really desire, what your dreams, your fantasies are, and all of that you want for your life, but it's in your fear position. It's like you're afraid to bring yourself there. And then in the outcome energy, we have the Moon card. So the Moon, this is a Pisces energy, and again, this is another Neptune energy. Neptune rules Pisces. So this is about allowing yourself to dream, allowing yourself to fantasize. It's about figuring out how to fix this and how to make it happen. This is about moving your life forward too, you know? It really is about getting honest with yourself about what you feel and need deep inside under your surface to feel and move into the best version of yourself. There's a kind of honesty about this, the moon energy. I think it gets a bad rap. A lot of people look at it and say, oh, there's secrets and this and that. But it's really about what we feel very deep inside of ourselves that sometimes we don't even know exists until we're presented with a certain situation and we realize that we feel a certain way or need something in particular. And then looking at the near future, we have the Three of Wands. This is a great energy. This is about moving forward. This is a Sun in Aries energy. This is initiation, moving forward to make something happen. So this is very, very benefic. Now, depending on your situation, this could be you going into a total state of acceptance that something is not going to work out that you've been focused on, and you realizing you need to change your perspective and focus in another area and really bringing that to yourself. And that's what I see here. Because this energy that you're in right now, this really does not look healthy. It really doesn't. So whether it's you realizing and just accepting the fact that a certain relationship is really not serving you and you need to move on, if you need to move away from that career path, if you need to change majors in school, whatever it is, you need to love that family member from a distance, you need to maybe end that relationship, that friendship, or make them an acquaintance more rather than like a good friend, where the change, right? You're making this definitive change, but it's actually changing the trajectory of your path. So yeah, that is what I have for that. Because you're realizing that whatever needs to change, you can't change it all. Like I definitely feel like you're identifying that you don't have control over all the moving parts of the situation. So if it has to do with a career, you realizing that even though you're giving it your best, there might be nepotism in the workplace, or there might be you reaching some sort of ceiling in the place of employment, or if you're trying to get that project out there, the financing is just not coming through in the way that you've been going after it. You need a different strategy, and you recognizing that. You recognizing that you can't fix the person in the relationship with you. They have to be able to do it. They have to be able to do it, you know? If any change needs to go on as far as that. But it's, you know, yeah. So let's get into love. Those of you in the space of love, whoever this resonates with. Guys, you know what? I add these to my weekly, so if this doesn't resonate, maybe next time, or maybe the extended monthly, whatever comes out, whatever comes out. So let's pull the oracles, and then I'll pull, these are never done in reverse by me. Codependency, unrequited love, deception. Again, we do not, these don't have to have anything to do with the, put these, with the Celtic cross, though they can. These cards can be connected. They don't have to be. It's going to be different for all of you. Okay. Cycles, yeah. Okay. Let's pull Island Time Wellness. A few of these. We have codependency, unrequited love, deception. Okay. Golden Mirror. Self-absorbed. Narcissist. Taking a chance. Mask. Deception is a mask card, and then we have a mask card. Okay, somebody's wearing a mask for sure. That is for sure. Not showing their true feelings. Okay. Okay. These are already shuffled, so let me just do a quick. Nine of Cups. Six of Wands. Judgment. I like the outcome. So we have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Yeah, I mean, this is a third reference to some sort of addiction or, excuse me, imbalanced behavior. We have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And we have deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow and you will be surprised where it leads. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So, you know, the deception could be happening as a mode of self-protection on either your end or the other person's end, where, you know, you get into this space of always feeling like somebody is on your back, you know, where there's always this criticism, and then you end up adopting a false mask just to avoid, you know, trying to avoid any additional criticism. So that could certainly be one interpretation of it. But the deception in and of itself, just because we have the mask here, I do have to say, I just feel like somebody is not being totally honest here. We do have the golden mirror, which is about the self-absorbed narcissist, a one-sided relationship, somebody like love bombing the other person. Then we have take a chance. We have hand of cards, take a chance, being strategic. We have mask again, not showing true feelings, hiding, gaslighting, deluding, pretending. So I don't know. I mean, it's the kind of thing where maybe there isn't enough attraction or connection, but somebody is still sort of lingering in the energy despite that, you know, for other reasons. And then we have, I'm sick of competing with the rest of your life. We are not my readers. Let's tell each other what we each need. Manipulation is like breathing to you, and you can't even see it. Conflict is a necessary step in the growth process. Be patient. This will pass. I'm so sorry. How can we save this? Is it possible? That could be love bombing. Your intuition is spot on. Yes, it is. Okay. So whatever it is that you're really, really feeling, Aries, about this connection, your intuition is spot on. Now, we do have a very mixed bag here, as relationships typically are they not? I mean, you know, it would be wonderful if it was just so linear. But what I'm getting here is there is some codependency behavior, this level of imbalance. So that is where, like, the addictions or whatever, that imbalance that we were talking about before. I'm really not too hung up on, though, the unrequited love. I always think that's an interesting card to come out. Where there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this going. But this could also be because the perception of how one of you sees the other one shifts and changes because of other energetic blocks that come up in the relationship. You know, where if communication is bad or if you feel disrespected or anything like that, it's very interesting how the other person becomes less attractive, right? It's our psyche protecting us, you know, for sure. But there is this idea of deception. I just feel like you might be feeling this right now, Aries, for sure. And then we have shifting cycles, right? You have to know you can't resist change. You can't resist change. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Self-absorbed narcissist. And we have taking a chance when it comes to the love coming your way. Mask. Oh, Aries. I mean, are you dealing with two energies here? Okay. I feel like, okay, if you're resonating with this, Aries, I honestly feel like you're dealing with two energies. I feel like you're dealing with one person who is a very self-absorbed individual. And then there's another person in your energy field who has greater value, but they're less, I guess I want to say, like almost exciting to you. This is what I'm getting. But you're recognizing that the person who's really self-absorbed is just a false sense of self. There's a lot of deception there. There's mass manipulating is like breathing. You can't even see it. And you're feeling this. Your intuition is very spot on. But then I feel like this is a different energy. I feel like we're not mind readers. Let's tell each other what we need. I'm so sorry. How can we save this? Is it possible? I'm sick of competing with the rest of your life, you know? Conflict is a necessary part in the growth process. Be patient. But I feel like whatever this energy is, though, this deceptive energy, is really not healthy. I feel two energies here. I feel like, Aries, I'm sorry, I feel like there is a person of greater value, and then there is a person of lesser value that is a little more fiery in your understanding. But the thing is, I feel like you're going to end up working things out with the other person. And we have the Nine of Cups, which is about wish fulfillment. Six of Wands is about respect and success. You're not going to have respect and success when you're dealing with somebody wearing a double mask who manipulates as easy as breathing. It's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean? And then we have Judgment, which is a Pluto energy, which is all about transformation. But you have to have somebody who seriously has a lot of self-awareness in order to be able to have that that transformation. All right, let's get some more energy on this mask person, please. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Five of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, Aries, I feel like this person really, I feel like you're very hurt. You're very focused on the pain of this. I do feel like you're very confused, though. There are two Pentacles here, so I do feel like there are two energies, right? I mean, two Pentacles is like, you know, this connection, that connection. Right? Now, I do feel like one person has more money than the other one makes you feel better about yourself. I just feel like this person, though, who's got the mask, they're generous with you. They make you feel very desired, right? They're that fiery Leo energy. Your ego is kind of fed by them. But yet, we have the Ten of Wands. It ends up becoming such an emotional roller coaster for you that you just have to end it. It's definitely an ending of a cycle here. There's definitely an ending of a cycle. I mean, the Ten of Wands is like, this is all way too heavy, and I need to put this down. I need to put this down. We have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is an offering of the heart space. It's about, you know, let's move forward here. But the Knight of Cups energy is an Aquarius and Pisces energy. So this is about, let's do something different than we did before so that we can move into this beautiful and better version of our relationship. So I feel like one connection is ending and there's a reconciliation with the other relationship where you're like, this path, that path, this person, that person, this relationship, that relationship. And while this person, you know, might make you feel really good and very excited and all of that, somebody's coming in who's way more sincere. So let's get some information on this Knight of Cups, please. Okay, come on. Three of Wands. Yeah, I mean, this is just the King of Cups. That's really what you want, right? I mean, the King of Cups is absolutely a magnificent. It's a Libra and Scorpio energy. So it's about showing the ability to transform into something that's really healthy, that's gonna really bring you to the space of security in love and in money. And then we have the Moon. Okay, so the Moon is a Pisces. You might be dealing with a Pisces, but it's about Neptune, and Neptune is being able to allow yourself to dream and imagine, and it's just a beautiful connection here, I do feel like. And then we have the Three of Wands, so fire in the belly here. I do like this, Sun in Aries. So this is an initiation, fire in your belly to move something forward, right? Feeling this strong initiative to press forward on this new path with this person. So I feel like many of you are going to be leaving somebody behind who was a bit of a manipulator, who was really not what they presented themselves to be, and you working something out with somebody else in a way that ends up being really positive. So, all right. Okay, that's what we have for the love messages for now. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. And that is what I have for you guys this week. And I'll see you next week. Thanks again. Bye-bye.